In this video, we're going to talk about defending a vertical stack in the end zone. In the recent Madrid Ultimate Cup men's final between Clapham and Los Ostros, there were many slow setup vertical stacks right on the end zone. A common tactic is to isolate one player and let them win their 1 versus 1 matchup close to the disc, knowing that at that range the break throw is very much on. We're going to look at how these teams defended these vertical stacks and how that changed throughout the second half. The first situation is at 8-7. Filipovski brings in the disc, Rowledge is tasked with the 1-to-1 matchup, and though the back of the stack is surrounded effectively, it doesn't convert to any impactful help for Rowledge, and Carroll expertly gets free. Surrounding the back of the stack here is more effective than marking 1-to-1, but Clapham could organise their surroundings so a defender could more easily give flash poach help to the break side. At the end of the day, in this situation, Rowledge needs to defend the open side at all costs. The next time is a similar story, McHale hitting a lovely high-release lefty backhand into the space for Rowledge on the break side. The back of the stack is again well surrounded, but could a 2-2 formation instead of a 3-1 provide more break side coverage? Before even thinking about poaching, Vogel seems stretched, leaving the back corner hammer option available to give more under break side support. With a 2-2 formation instead, someone could be taking away that back corner hammer option and another defender could be threatening to pressure any break side throw to space. The downside is the back open side defender has a much harder job stopping two players getting past them to the open side cone.
Hoping to assist, and he flips one up top to Rowledge.
This score doesn't quite fit the mould, but I thought I'd leave it in to show the power of the fast turn. Forward here biting hard in and getting punished by a spicy scoober over the top. This possession is out of Los Ostros' timeout, so Clapham have plenty of time to set up, with Ollie Gordon poaching the break side, and for the first time Clapham's defense forced Los Ostros to take a non-scoring pass. The front of the stack runs to the dump position and the dump goes up the line. The focus is for the up the line pass to be thrown, but due to great 1-to-1 defense from Briggs and a looming poach from Ford, Clapham forced Los Ostros to take the swing pass. The team defense breaks down as the play goes on though, Horry, Briggs, Eels and Wilson all tightening up to their 1-to-1 matchup. And this is particularly problematic from Wilson, as he was the player most responsible for covering the open side cuts from Gordon's man. This results in Remy Oho being poached and making himself free for a long open side throw. The Clapham players must be more aware here. Eels especially must recognise the unmarked player running straight past him and do something about it, ideally following Oho and communicating for help from Wilson or Gordon to help cover the player he leaves. After 5 seconds of being free, Oho starts calling for the disc, and Mead begins hunting him down before a violation is called. Wilson knows he's in trouble before the disc even gets back in play, as Mead has put pressure on Oho, leaving his player in the stack, so when he cuts out to the back corner, Wilson poaches slightly to block the throwing lane, leaving just enough space for Vasiliev to jam the disc to the player he was marking. In the moments before the score, Gordon really needs to get a job here. Initially, he's playing close to the disc to stop any cheeky pop passes to Naz, but after Naz retreats behind the disc, he's not really doing anything, and him and Wilson need to communicate to cover the two open players. This play is also out of a timeout, though this one is taken by Rowledge at a high stall, so it's not surprising to see him immediately reset to McHale. Let's take note of Los Ostros' poaching and surrounding before the pass. Oscar Modiano is double marked by Vogel and Carroll, leaving 3 defenders surrounding the 4 players at the back of the stack. These 4 being clumped so tightly and looking so deliberately inactive makes it easy for them to be surrounded by fewer players. Let's also note this is the first time we've had 2 defenders on each side. After the reset pass, Modiano cuts out of the end zone, hoping to draw both Vogel and Carroll with him and leave more attackers than the defenders in the end zone. Carroll goes and Vogel lingers, but the throw from McHale is just a little bit too far in front of Modiano.
He doesn't get Modiano.
To conclude, it's notable that both teams commit to poaching in some form in every point we've looked at. Even Los Ostros, which is basically a pickup team. Isolating one player at the front of the stack is overpowered, and the best teams are countering it and forcing the offense to do something different by poaching and surrounding. We've got loads of videos talking about these concepts. Go check out the links in the description. If you want to not get roasted by an ISO in the end zone, check out the training videos on our Patreon, which give you the best drills to train team defense. Thanks for watching, we'll see you next time.